feel like I want to start off this reading by saying good for you. Good for you. And get ready to say good riddance, okay? The channeled song I got was Over Now by Calvin Harris and The Weeknd. So you guys have had people seriously underestimate you. You have also had people look down on you. And spirit, like I'm hearing there's levels to this thing, okay? And you've cracked the code. I'm also hearing like tapping deeper into, and that's what this collective that I've been talking to has been on, okay? You guys are manifestors. You have, been choosing a higher divine path. You have not just been accepting, all right, the fear, the negativity here. You haven't just been settled in that, okay? You've realized that if certain things, like if you were supposed to repeat generational patterns, repeat generational curses, there would have been connections that would have stuck around without any type of physical or energetic resistance. All right, but you, like, certain things did not stay, it did not stick for a reason, because you are meant for more. I just saw 111 on the timestamp when I just said that. But you guys haven't been through anything easy at all. Okay, I'm staring at the Five of Swords. I'm staring at the Tower. And with this combination coming out, it can talk about some of the worst, situations. All right, you have not gone through anything easy. And I feel like with this Five of Swords energy, okay, it's like there were things, and there were things going on. You were always really intuitive. I am talking to my empaths, my neurodivergents, my intuitives here, okay, my mystics. But with all these fancy words, I just feel like it could all be replaced with just saying that I am talking to people who just know that certain things should not be accepted. And the world, there are reasons and egos and because certain things have been accepted by society here and looked at as okay, it's a reason why the world is the way it's at. So you guys were just kind of, if tapped into Christ consciousness, but really and truly just have been this leader of morality, of goodness, okay, of healing, of harmony. But this true earth angel. And I feel like with this Tower energy, you have been in, they're showing me school, okay? They're showing me school, they're showing me things like friendships, anywhere there's environments, work environments, and it's like, you have seen behaviors that, maybe people celebrate or they're okay with, and it has made you feel at some points, especially in your youth, it's made you feel like maybe something is wrong with me. All right. I'm picking up like relationships. Like, I'm just like, oh, y'all are like going back and forth and completely okay with this type of like tit for tat and like gossip girl thing going on, but like I am not. All right, this Five of Swords, it's not you, it's like other energies. It's like you recognize, like there are people that are thriving on this ego and this drama. You have felt too sensitive for this world. Like there have been, people that made you feel, I'm picking up heavy inner child here, weird, for just having different interests, for just not going along with the status quo. Like I'm hearing, is anybody seeing this? Am I the crazy one? Like, I'm also hearing something about like religious. Okay, so religious trauma could be significant here, or like, I feel like you guys were always the ones that just questioned. You were just kind of like, is anyone questioning these people, these authority figures, these leaders, these systems? All right. And I feel like you tapped into that very, very young. It's like the awareness that you had was just not what other you felt, and that made you feel weird. This insecure type of like energy body started to grow very young. Okay. Even though you had, I feel like with this King of Swords, you were tapped into a higher perspective. Your crown chakra was illuminated. Okay. You were just like, you were probably thinking like, are these people just lying to themselves? Like, why is this okay? Why is it okay? Okay, I'm seeing so many different situations, just flashes of scenarios. Like, and you, even just when your parents, it's like you felt like you could tell your parents and you could school them when you were younger, or any type of authority figures, even though, and you're like, it made you feel really weird. It made you feel very, very insecure and out of place in this world, and it may have even led to depression. All right, because you were just looking around and it looked like everyone was just okay. With continuing these karmic cycles. Maybe at some point you were like, well, let me play the game as well too, but it just never let you. It never let you. Every single time you tried to settle on a foundation here that was not authentic to you, every time you tried to do it, it would crumble. It would crumble. Okay, and that crumbling card came out in yesterday's reading. Okay, and it's like, but it scared you every time. A job didn't work out, a relationship didn't work out, friendships. It just like, you're like, is this the universe affirming to me that I am not meant to have these, throat chakra, because it's not true. Is this the universe affirming to me that I am not meant to have these beautiful connections and relationships or a space? Am I always going to feel awkward and unhappy and, have to put on a fake smile here? And your guides are like, no, this is not what the universe is saying. It's like, okay, just channels that I'm getting. The first thing I'm hearing is a lot of you guys, like, I'm hearing create your own world. You are meant to be a leader, and you're like, I'm seeing event hosts. I'm seeing a host. Like, Spirit is saying, like, you are the person that's supposed to host the parties. You are the person that's supposed to, start the missions. Like, you're the person that's supposed to start it. Like, you are the it. Girl, the it guy, like, you are the it person, okay? And some of you guys, you are meant to have this. I'm seeing 10th house Capricorn energy, public recognition, all right? And you're not in a way that makes you feel alone at all. Like, you are supposed to be this literal form of a creator here, okay? I'm quite literally hearing your guide saying, and I'm just gonna try to remove the ego with this. A lot of the things that you want, that you feel like are impossible, which has been coming up in the collective readings, that you're just gonna start to just feel this energy of divine support, okay, and knowing this. It's like your guides want you to be a bit like, I don't even want to say the word is like cocky, but like you to be this King of Swords energy. It's like this calm, collective confidence of like, I know what I'm consuming. I know the soul work that I've been doing. I know the prayers that I've been doing. I know that I am tapped into healthier energy right now. I know that I'm trying, which means there does have to be great results. Tapping into this energy of knowing thyself and being super confident and secure. And I'm hearing that when these blessings start to roll in for you, you deserve it. Okay? Because it has not been easy, and there have been people that made it. It's like when you were down, even kicked you when you were down. It was not easy. It was not easy for you even to redirect your energy. It was scary. Sometimes you felt, lonely or alone, and you're just like, dude, like, what was I put in this world for? Was I put in this world for suffering? Like, to just be alone? Like, what is this? Okay? Your path was not easy, but guess what? You are not easy. No, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay, maybe at one point it made you feel insecure that you are not someone that was easy. You were not easy when it came to love, but there's different forms of not easy. All right, there's not easy in a karmic, toxic way. I'm not saying you were always perfect, but there definitely were energies that were way more chaotic. And you recognize at some point, like, yo, you like to play with fire. Like, you're not burning. Oh, no. I don't like to play with fire that much, friend. Yeah. If you like to play with fire that much, this wouldn't even be showing up on your feed. Like, you really started to look, I'm hearing pattern recognition at certain people. And, I've talked about this before because, sometimes in very surface level spirituality, that's what I call it. They say, well, don't judge, which that thou shall not judge, I feel like is a very biblical thing, and don't critique or even don't gossip. And I had brought this up in a reading before. I was just like, yeah, but I think there are different, it's not that black and white. I feel like I recognize that a lot of toxic leaders, authority figures, okay, or people in positions of power, they would actually prefer people to be silenced and not discuss what is going on, or process it or break it apart. They don't want people to question things, to discuss things, to get second opinions. Okay, maybe they'll say like that's not gossip. That's not, even if you're expressing your emotions, like call that the Libra moon in me, that I'm having Libra in your big three already is like kind of always being in this like courtroom. But I think that there is literally neutral scales, balance, neutrality. All right, there's a middle to a lot of situations. I hope that's making sense. Trying to articulate the best way that I can. But yeah, I feel like what has really puzzled you guys is how okay some people have been around you with continuing certain cycles. You're like, are you not sick of this? Like, are you not? Or some people have been with just doing things. Like, it's like you just doing things and not, whether it was like to you or, and accepting certain cycles that you just could not accept. Okay, so what's happening is like you are shifting from the insecurity, let me just, hide, like you're slowly but surely kind of taking off your armor. I feel like this King of Swords was at one time a Knight of Swords. And it was just like you were just trying to just get by life. You were just you just had this heavy armor on that weighed you down. So you didn't have a lot of energy, you were more in that like weighed down emotional depressive state, like, processing a lot of like everything is wrong in the world. Wow, this energy that the guys are giving me right now. Hold on. They are saying that you were processing this energy of like everything is wrong in the world. And what the universe, God, your angels have been shifting, okay, as well as your higher self, a part of you that wants this betterment, that does believe, all right, in your manifestations here, like truly the forces of the universe has deeply been helping you, all right, and guiding you. You're shifting from everything is wrong with everything else to let me focus on what is right about me. Yeah. You're shifting from, oh my God, everything is wrong about everything else, to let me focus on what is right about me. Let me focus. They teach you to have gratitude. And one thing that I think is really, I do not think they affirm empowerment enough. And I realize it's because a lot of people, I realize it's because of these, siphoning power hungry people that want people to stay focused on them. Okay. All these different hierarchies. But I really think that empowerment, which is that fuel, and it doesn't mean that, you don't have self-awareness, but I almost think that a lot of people are almost afraid to teach that empowerment. They're almost afraid to do so. On many levels. All right, whether it's relationships, like they're almost afraid to gas someone up or like make them have a big head because it's gonna go, oh, you don't be egotistical, but it's like life is not easy. Taking care of yourself, getting up, even just being able to balance out different parts of your life, it's not always easy, especially with the conditions. You should be taking time to acknowledge, I did a good job today. You should be taking time to acknowledge, you know what? Like, if you don't do that, it just always feels like this constant state of challenges and you are not enough. Because some of you guys have truly, the way you've picked yourself up, regardless of what your situation is, you have gone through some insane situations with this tower. You have gone through it. Okay, I was having a conversation with a friend yesterday, and this is someone I've known like for years, my whole entire life, and we've been going through some shifting friendship circles. Me and this friend, like, all my friends are very opinionated. I know very strong, opinionated women, men, like, I have friends that I can have discussions with, clearly, right? And she's a Gemini. And it was really interesting because she was talking to me, and she was saying, as POC, Black women, or Black people, like, we need to have that confidence for ourselves. And that's not a lack of, self-awareness, but we went to a school that it wasn't an all, like, white school. Like, it wasn't all white, but there were drastic, I mean, it's a reflection of where the world is still at, but there was like a drastic, just automatic acceptance for, you know, exactly, right? An automatic acceptance for them. And me and this friend, like, we've known each other, you know, since middle school. We've been in these gifted programs, and we have been kind of taught and shown from society that you need to go above and beyond and have, you know, and that's something that has been ingrained into us, you know, to be these high levels of success and perfection and have this, you know, in order to just simply be respected by the masses. And that's something that we're deconstructing. So we had that conversation yesterday, and that's why I'm bringing this up, because regardless of whatever situation you are in, and apply it, you know, however you need to apply it, with this King of Swords, it's like you have to trust yourself. You need to trust yourself that you can have self-awareness and be able to have that self-introspection, and also trust yourself to praise yourself. That you can praise yourself. That you can focus on yourself. That even when things aren't perfect, even when you make a mistake, that you can say, you can have that relationship with yourself where you say the things that you wish to hear from other people, that you can have, okay, that crown in your head, that big head, and also self-introspect, and do that because you are someone that can self-introspect, because you are not someone that only expects yes men around you. Because you have a beautiful heart and you're willing to learn and you're willing to expand. You want to be better. You want a better life. Otherwise, you would not have attracted this video. Frequencies are a thing. And because of that, you deserve that praise. You deserve to be confident. You deserve to, you know, stunt. You deserve to celebrate yourself. Yeah. And it doesn't mean, again, a lot of people are afraid of doing that because you have been around narcissistic people, because you have been around this type of energy that just takes and takes and doesn't think about how it hurts other people. So you're afraid, you're like, I don't want to become that. Let me kind of like push away, you know, success and admiration, and, you know, let me just be quiet and just whatever to prove my goodness, because I don't want to become that. But I don't think you realize how much people need you, especially I'm picking up like features, okay? Regardless of race with this, I do bring up POC because that's a part of my purpose, to be blunt about those very structures in the world here. But regardless, like your features, like there's people that need to see you. They need to see you at your age with what you look like in your energy here, being confident. They need to hear your story. They need to hear the sound of your voice, because all of that triggers a relation, okay, for the right collective. They need to hear how you healed from things. They need to see your physical transformation. You know, on my journey with doing social media, I went through, just being blunt, I went through a lot of weight changes, okay? Like, I fully transformed. Like, I had lost the most, well, when I had first started social media, people didn't see me like a year before that. I had a really bad ED at the time, and I lost like the most weight I had ever lost in my life. And I talk about this because in a physical front, it was just like, I'm not going to lie, I genuinely do believe at that time, my physical image is what may have even caused this weird sense of societal privilege and attracted a lot of viewers. And I could just tell because of the energy, like it was just attracting a lot of different energies. And that was a part of my healing journey that was honestly probably very, very harmful for me, because it was harmful until I was able to shift my perspective, which only really happened within the last 2 years, that I was able to get to this King of Swords, calm, collective, like confidence of like, wait, like I'm going to see this and all these situations from a higher, healthier perspective, and like get into like what is actually important here. Okay. Which is my relationship with myself and true authentic self-love. But I had actually gained back like more weight, like went to the most weight that I've ever weighed. And I did that in front of the camera. Okay, so people were asking me, I don't really, thank God, like attract a lot of like rude people, but people were like, are you pregnant? Like, like generally thinking like there's a baby on the way. And I'm just like, no, and that happened at a point where I truly thank God for this work and my study and my self-development, that I was able to respond differently than react. Like, I don't think that a 19-year-old me would have been able to deal with that at all. But still, there were very real struggles, that added to that situation. And, I was at a point in my life and in my career and everything that I had never been in. I couldn't ask anyone about it. I was the generational curse breaker of my immediate family. No one, so I feel like I'm bringing this up in terms of the relation thing, right? There's someone that maybe needs to kind of hear it. But with this King of Swords that is coming out, there's this level of just, like, the way I look at that, like, ended up really being so proud of myself. And that is how I showed myself that I truly was at a point of authentic self-love and growth with the way that I handled it. I said, Natija, you went through some serious life situations that you don't talk about. Like, serious, y'all. Crazy. Like, the worst period of my mental health. Like, I went through so much on top of continuing to run a business that, thank God it's a blessing that came in my hand. But all these very serious situations, the way that I responded and handled it and continued to grow, and even the fact that I did it publicly, I just congratulated myself so much. I was so proud of myself. And it took that energetic and emotional weight or care, and I started looking at superficiality and the ridiculousness of that response and being like, oh my God, and recognize how damaging it was. All right, like, I really recognize, oh my God, for like young girls, like, truly I feel like I was in a journey where I had to learn to appreciate the soul. And that doesn't mean I don't have certain goals and manifestations, but I thank God that I'm able to lean in and appreciate my soul, because guess what? I have some beautiful connections in my life. Okay, beautiful connections. Even though I had certain goals for influencing and so on, doesn't mean, but I have soul connections in my life that love me for who I am, truly, and that I'm not willing to give up. So with this, again, King of Swords, the point of this, not trying to make this about me, but I do feel when I'm called to share, I do share it because I know someone needs this. It's like, that's exactly, you guys are getting this chosen one energy, this validation from God, from soul, from these higher forces. So that the blessings coming in for you, we've been talking about this, are blessings that are actually like blessed. Like, they're not just a physical form of manifestations. Like, they're blessings, blessed connections here. Life is real. It is real. It is not momentary blisses and so on and so forth. Doesn't mean you can't have that, because you are going to be, trust me, if you're seeing this and you're not, life is not supposed to be this like constant warrior fight or flight. No, I have travel coming up here. Okay, so vacations, travel experiences are coming up. We also have Clover. Okay, good luck and fortune. People are going to be seeing you as very blessed and fortunate, but it's like, a part of your soul journey was like, you had to really appreciate the blessing that you are. You had to give yourself grace, deep grace and love and admiration where you are currently at. Okay, some of you guys were in situations that spirit, the universe put in your life where people just responded or acted so ridiculous. It was like you couldn't even, there was no discussion. Like, you couldn't even, deal with their egos. Like, they were clearly just super in their ego. And that happened for a reason. You had to realize, wait, no, I take accountability for my part, but a lot of this energy and projections and everything that you're coming at me with, the way you've been treating me, it doesn't have to do with, like, if anything, maybe some of you guys had to awaken to the people that were jealous of you, were envious of you. That was like, whoa, like, you had to awaken to a lot of these false friendships, and it did bring you back to the space that maybe you were uncomfortable with admitting jealousy, or admitting like, yo, like, you ain't a supporter, like, what is this vibe, but finally, thank you, Spirit is saying, you are your chariot. if you do not, okay, have that admiration for yourself, if you do not work in your self concepts, you cannot get your chariot to physically move and open those doors. You're going to avoid those doors. Okay. So, yeah, with this King of Swords, you really are going to be admiring yourself a lot more. And there may be an awkward phase of just like, is this the right thing to do? Like, look at everything that's going on in the world. But it's like, trust that the reason that you are being guided to get into this energy of praise, all right, is because you are God's angels. You are an earth angel here, okay? And you are not someone that invalidates yourself with this. You're not trying to steal. I'm not trying to like doing this. Like, I'm not siphoning anyone's energy, truly, all right? You are not siphoning anyone's energy. You're just like, I'm just loving on me, okay? Your groove is going to be coming back. Your light is turning on. I'm just honoring me, and I want you to honor yourself, because when I'm happy and you're happy, we can have amazing, fulfilling experiences, all right? When we're not in competition, we can have incredible, fulfilling experiences. You're sharing. A lot of you guys, like, some of you guys will get into like influencing or content creation more, or just sharing a lot more. Yeah, literally, I'm hearing by byproduct of this. So I'm also hearing like reprogramming could be significant. Some of you guys listen to subliminals, like this is a sign that it's working, or affirmation programming, books, all right? But there is this beautiful, like, spirit is showing be a garden, and it's like you're planting, or these seeds are growing in your mind, okay? So I'm really hearing the word beautiful for you, beautiful experiences, pictures I'm seeing, like I said, like I'm hearing music. Like, naturally you're going to recognize a reflection of how you think about yourself and where it's guiding you to. But with hat and acknowledgement, you will be presented with a gift or salary, okay? So trust me, you guys have these gifts. Like, you're gonna recognize like 1 + 2 = 3 and be like, damn, me actually aligning with higher vibrations for myself, me pouring into myself, actually is attracting these really great experiences, like out of left field. Money out of nowhere, checks out of nowhere, gifts, offers. Like, you are really going to be in that lucky girl syndrome. That's high self-concept. You're going to be seeing the results of that, okay? And we have many admirers coming your way. A lot of you guys, finally, you're going to be in this energy of like, closed mouths don't get fed. Your mouth is going to be asking and talking and, yeah. All right. So you're on the right path, hun. You are on the right path. I feel like if you are watching this, it's because you have shifted timelines, or you're shifting timelines here, and you're going to notice it because there's a vibration. It's not going to be one blessing. It's going to be a couple. We have 111 here, and we have 311. Yeah, 100%. And we have 1313. You have taken your power back. You have truly taken your power back. You have centered God. You have centered the divine. You have like truly centered that energy here. And it's not just going to be, it's not just going to be, you thinking about these things anymore. You're going to see blessings. You're going to see good energy. The conversation changes, and your guides want you to take note of it, truly. And the key to this whole situation was you. It was you. It was you recognizing your greatness. It was you honoring yourself. It was you putting yourself first, and it was you centering the right energies in your life. You're on the right path if you're seeing this. Good job. Congratulations in advance.